Welcome to Yukon Valley, Chichiko. From up here, you're able to see almost the entire reserve. This looks like the spot to set the plane down. I'll pull up to the jetty and you can climb out. Now, good luck to you out there. Don't forget, I'm only a radio call away. I'm quite certain that you're the part of the puzzle that we've been missing out here. While I deal with paperwork and people, you're going to be my eyes and ears on the ground. We're going to be a strong team. I just know it. Enjoy your time out in the reserve. I'm confident that someone of your ability will find their way around, no problem. I look forward to seeing the results of your hunts. Welcome to Loggers Point. 100 years ago or so, felled trees would be dragged down there. The teams would strip them down and roll them into the river. Then they'd be bundled up and towed out to the sawmills. The outpost sits on top of the old workers' campsite. Since you've just arrived, there's a couple of places nearby that I'd like you to visit. You can probably see the lookout tower just up the hill from where I dropped you off. If you climb to the top, you'll get a great view of the surrounding area. There's also an outpost close to the tower. It's always good to know where you can rest your head after a day's work, right? Head to the outpost and make sure it's ready to receive visitors. I don't mind which one you travel to first, but I'd like you to stop off at both sites. Once you're up top, enjoy the view. These towers are used mostly for fire watch duties. But when I'm at the top of one, normally I just want to put my feet up and enjoy the tranquility. I haven't had a chance to do that in a long time, though. I know it might seem trivial, but can you take a look at the trash can and make sure that it's locked? It's a bear-proof trash can with a tricky catch. I don't want to take any chances. People often struggle to lock these heavy-duty trash cans, but if they leave it just a little bit open, all sorts of trouble could come sniffing around. I think we got lucky this time. Thanks for taking care of that. Oh, one last thing. Before you move on, can you take a look at the firewood inside the cabin? Damn, this is bad news. These logs have all the signs of a beetle infestation. Let me see if I can check in with the hunters who must have cut the firewood. I have the number for their satellite phone in the log somewhere. I'll get back to you. I just found the number. I knew I had it here somewhere. I'll give the hunters who stayed here a call and see what they have to say. I'll call you back in a moment after I've landed. No answers from the hunters yet. I'll keep trying. There's an outpost in the forest to your northwest. If you follow the trail, you'll find it. I have a hunch that... Oh, phone's ringing. I'll call you back when I get some answers from these guys about where they cut the wood. Head to the forest outpost in the meantime. I'll bet that's where they were. I had a chat with the hunters who chopped the logs you found at Loggers Point. Turns out that the cabin had been out of firewood, so they'd gone looking for a fallen tree to carve up. You are now in the same forest they were when they found our beetle-infested tree. Hey, I see you're near the forest outpost. Once you get up there, take a look in the cabin. There should be a backpack with some supplies in it. When you find it, just grab the whole pack. That's the one. Once you're done at the outpost, take a look in the surrounding forest. Can you find any fallen trees in that area? The spruce bark beetles are a massive threat to Alaska's spruce forests at the moment. We haven't been hit as badly compared to some other Alaskan state parks, but I think that it may be time for a quarantine. Okay, so once you find a fallen tree, I want you to take a look at its bark. Does it look healthy? If so, it's probably not the tree we're looking for. This is the one. Okay, in that pack you should have a canister of paint and a nozzle attachment. Use them to paint a big pink X on the tree. And let's take a look around to make sure the beetles haven't started to spread. If you see a spruce in the immediate vicinity of the fallen tree, mark it. And our forestry team will come out and take care of it. If it's untouched, they can just spray it with pesticides to protect it. If it's already infested, then they'll cut it down and haul it away for burning. Great job. I hope we don't need to cut these trees down, but it's a small price to pay to contain the beetles. There we go. Another tree marked. This reminds me of my summer breaks when I was a kid, helping out my dad at work. He was a tree surgeon down in Washington State. I used to resent him for making me go out there and work while my friends played back home. Eventually, those trips also included hunting lessons, and that made them my favorite parts of the summer. That should do. I'll get in touch with the foresters. They can investigate the area and cut down what they need to. I'll make sure that they also pick up the firewood at Loggers Point. Don't want to take any chances. Thanks for taking care of this. It's becoming a full-on phobia of mine that these beetles are going to destroy the forest here. We sprayed pesticides across the western edge of the forest as a preventative measure earlier this month. But any new chemicals in the air, soil, or water make me uneasy. You're going to be grabbing some samples out there, so one of our research teams can test the pesticides to make sure they aren't having any effect on the ecology. This This was actually my wife Sandy's idea. She runs the Yukon Valley Nature Center, so she's working closely with a visiting research team. In the same bag that you found the paint, there should be some plastic sample containers. Could you bring them out to the wetlands? Muskeg is the word we use up here in Alaska. Welcome to Yukon Valley's wetlands. The last time I brought both of my daughters here to spot birds, they told me that all the bird spotting in the world wasn't worth the smell. Turned out that a bear had left a rotting moose carcass in the summer sun. I decided to spot birds somewhere else, just in case the bear came back for seconds. Watch your footing at the water's edge. It can be easy to slip and fall in. Just fill one of the containers you have with water. The pesticides we're using on the forest to prevent beetle infestation are effective, but I still have my doubts about the effects on other wildlife. The flats are one of our most biodiverse regions, so I can't risk introducing anything dangerous into the water or the food chain. Can you take some samples from the water beside the forest first? We sprayed a section of the forest's western edge last month, so I want to know if anything has changed since then. Nicely done. First time I was there, I misjudged how stable the edge of a pond was and ended up with one leg knee-deep in the water. I was a rookie at the time, and luckily nobody saw it happen. Can you grab a second sample from a body of water slightly further away from the forest?
Oh shoot, what? I think that's a troll. Yeah, it's a troll. Unless he barely makes it over, because I'm pretty sure diamond's 440, was it? This guy's high is 449. Yep, 407. God. Another. Well, I mean, it's a caribou instead of reindeer, but another troll. Reindeer slash caribou, kind of same species. Just different location, I believe. I think they're actually in the same location. It's just. Yeah, anyway. Another one. That's always fun.
Great. That should do for water samples. Next up, I need you to find me some animal droppings in this region. The muskeg is a hotbed of animal activity, so you should find droppings quite easily. If the pesticides have drifted out to the flats, I want to know if it's making it into the food chain. It's been a month since we sprayed. so there's been plenty of time for the pesticides to get out here. That's what we're looking for. Perfect. Could you find a sample from a different species as well? It's better to grab a larger sample size while you're already there in the field.
Alright, let's take a look at the Plains Bison's horns, since those are now true racked. I'll be quite honest, can't tell a difference, but not too bad. I think they're definitely scored higher than before. So maybe they'll be more impressive. Maybe the larger bulls will be more impressive. Those look nice though. 159, so barely over gold. Those look nice. Yeah, they all look different because these ones are very more stubby. Still looks nice. I cannot wait to get a big one of these. Or a small one. I think a small one will look pretty cool. Or a mismatch. I think a mismatch one. That'll be nice. The females. She have a higher scoring chance than he does? Are you kidding me? You're kidding me? I think the females can get out. So if I remember correctly, they can't get to diamond, but they can still get to a higher scoring chance. So, man, this guy's a little tiny sucker. Gonna save him. Nah, he's not trivial. He is a female. Come on, big guy, turn around. Okay, they look nice. Thank you guys so much for watching the first episode of the Yukon map. Just got it started, so not too far ahead, not too far through, and we already got trolled in the map. So it's gonna be a great time. Hopefully we find some big ones though. It will be nice if we got some big ones. We also gotta look at the Trurex for the Plains Bison, which look nice, and they are different per bison instead of having the same size. So that's also cool. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Good times.